always fun when it just kind of turns it on the mast a little bit. Got to get up there and take care of that. But, well, good deal. Well, glad to hear it's working for you. It's definitely on the back of my beam, it's quite loud here. So, yeah, you're probably S5 here, and Q5, absolutely.
And who would that be?
Wasn't me. W6BBS72.
I'll be listing it as well. KR6MR, KW6T.
KW6T. Good evening, Russ. KW6T. Good evening, K6MYC.
Oh, hey, Mike. Good evening. How's everything down your direction?
6-0 and 1040.
Just starting to rain. So we're just starting to get the first of the atmospheric river coming in. Good evening to you. We'll be up your way in a half an hour or so. But we missed you last night on 1296. I take it you did not get the antenna up.
Well, I got the antenna up. I had some problems with it, but anyway, we'll figure it out.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, maybe I should just talk to you on the phone. I don't really want to go into it on the air.
Well, you can tell me what the problem is, at least. What do you got, a high VSWR?
No, it's just that, I can't hook hardline to it, for one thing. That's because the folded dipole is just, basically the hardline will drive the folded dipole back.
N6SWR.
The antenna, so having to work something out for that.
What's the hard line doing?
Well, the hard line is, it's rigid, and the folded dipole on the antenna is not. It's only held on by a single 832 screw. So I'm gonna have to come up with something else to connect it.
What size hard line are you using? Inch and 5/8?
Oh no, it's just it's a heliax, a half-inch heliax.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Just don't connect the heliax for about 18 inches, and you'll have plenty of flexibility. Just bend it so it's going in straight, and you should be fine.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll have to come up with something like that then. What would you suggest for coax in between the heliax and the antenna?
You didn't hear me. Use the hard line. You can hook the hard line up there. You just have to bend it so that it's in the right position when you're screwing it onto the connector, over.
Oh, yeah, I did that. No, it will absolutely will not work. It's, as I said, the dipole on that antenna is only held on by one single 832 screw, and it'll flex a good half-inch either direction when I even just barely move the antenna. You know, it's just not gonna. It won't function this way.
You're rear mounting the antenna, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, the rear mount of what is flexing? I mean, I don't understand what moves. Everybody else in the world has never had this problem, so I'm just struggling with what you're struggling with there. But if you want, just put a short length of flex line in there, a couple of feet, and go to your hard line if that's the problem. But it's your connector comes out the bottom, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, well, just shape your coax so it goes into the bottom without any angular difference. And then what do you see when you rotate the antenna? You're not moving the mast that the coax is attached to. You're moving the coax, the antenna, and the mast all at once, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, that's probably what I'll wind up doing. I didn't have the coax actually connected to the mast. I just had it running just right straight up the loop, had the loop around the rotor, then feeding the antenna directly with that.
Oh, well, you did it wrong. You don't want to use hardline around the rotor loop.
Okay, well, that's what I've used for the last few years. But anyway, okay, well, I'll do that. I'll just put another length of something else in there to take up that, to kind of ease the action. Eventually it'll get it together, right?
Well, you have to support the coax, for heaven's sakes. After you got to support the coax on the mast, at least two connections on the mast with the coax, so it can't move. So if you've got a stiff piece of coax, no wonder you're bending things. Nobody would ever do that.
Okay, well, I guess my name is nobody, but all right, Mike, well, I'll say 73. We'll catch you on the net.
If you're doing it to an antenna that's like a 6-meter antenna, you've got some beef there, but you're talking about the connectors bigger than the antenna.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so just you're not going to hurt anything with a short length of flex coax in there, which you should use for a rotor loop anyway. You can use hardline, but you have to have a rotor loop that is about 18 inches in diameter. It should come up to the mast, up the tower, up around the rotor. But is your rotor supported and there's nothing above the rotor? Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah. I've got the 2-meter and the 432. I got the 2-meter above the 1296 and the 432 up on top. So, yeah, it's going to be right close to the rotor.
Well, if you had it the opposite way, if you put the 432, the 1296 up 5 or 6 feet, you'd have the coax well attached. You can't possibly have 3 pieces of hardline half-inch coax as a rotor loop, right?
Oh, I don't know. You kind of lost me there. That's a good idea, though. I think I will. I'll just move it further up the mast, and that would actually take care of the problem.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, sorry you're having the problem, but I can see how you would expect it to. It's going to move. If the coax moves when you rotate the antenna, most rotors are inside the tower. Yours is above the tower. Or if you're are you on a mast with your rotator?
Yes, my rotor is on top of. I have one of those tubular crank-up towers, so yeah, it's on top of the rotor, on top of the tower.
Oh, yeah, well, even worse. Okay, yeah, well, just put it up further, but you feel free to use some flex line or any softer coax, RG LMR 400. Or something equivalent could be fine for the rotor leap, but you should come down, and then above the rotor you come out with a 90-degree bend, and you should have a rotor loop about a foot, at least a foot in diameter, maybe a little larger, to get around the rotor. Normally that's not an issue because you're not trying to go around the rotor. Normally these things are inside the tower, and that's why you shouldn't. You're doing a situation there which is not normal. Putting hardline above up to an antenna that's on a rotor that's not enclosed to the housing is just asking for trouble. All right, I got it. Good luck with it. You'll figure it out. All right, let's see. I heard W6BBS. Who were you talking to, Dave? Russ, who were you talking to?
I was talking to John, KR6MR, and then before that...
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
Yeah, stand by, guys. I'm trying to get some communications here. I'll catch your check-ins in just a second. Just stand by. Okay, you were talking to KR6MR?
Yes, and WA6LOL.
Okay, I got it. And I got everybody now checked into that point. Now I can take the local guys. I got local guys that aren't hearing you up there. So they keep checking in over the top of you, Russ. All right. We'll get around your way in a little while there. Now, let's see. I heard N6SWR 247. Good evening, Ben. Oh, Ben's impatient. Good evening. I got Ben checked in anyway. Rob, are you here?
Yeah, just got here, so I missed who you've already checked in. Over. KM6SR, sorry.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf.
KK6, ZKE.
Hang on a second, guys. I got 15 guys to check in here. Just a minute. I'll call you. I know all the calls. Just hang on.
KB6VON 1040.
Okay. I'll go back up the list. K6 VBG, Dave, I've got you, 971. G6 Charlie Echo Fox, I have you, Daryl, 982. KK6ZKE, was it 704, right, Terry?
Roger that, 704.
And KE6VON 1040. KM6SRR, got you, Rob, and I'm assuming that K6USY is in here, is that right?
Roger, K6USY 1079.
Okay, that's what I got so far. And now let's see, is there anybody else now that I'm looking for KB6RQU in Lake Isabella? KB6RQU, are you there, Rick? Okay, Rick's not there. Who else do we have? K6MYC. Now I'm ready to copy a bunch of other people. And I'll give you the backup list in just a second, Rob. Oh, nobody else. Okay. Okay, well, you can check in KW6T410. KR6MR, WA6LOL 856, W6BBS, A6BBG. I'm going too fast, ain't I?
No, go ahead.
KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. I think after that you've got everybody.
Roger.
Oh, and N6SWR, Ben is in here. Let's try to get Ben again. Ben called in, and I didn't even get a chance to hold him, but I don't know whether he's still there or not. Ben, N6SWR, you still there? And he must be on a short fuse.
SWR propagation is not too good tonight, but I'm still here. N6SWR Delta Mike 05, Bozo number 247.
Yeah, Roger, thank you, Ben. Are you having trouble copying me? Ben, are you having trouble copying me? He must have terrible noise down there. Ben, you're S9 here, and I'm running 1,500 watts at you. N6SWR, K6MYC, over. Why don't you try, Rob?
N6SWR, KM6SRR. How you doing, Ben?
Okay. We got Ben, but Ben doesn't have us. KB6RQU again, Rick. Alpha 6XS. WA6AAJ. WA6OIB. 6BYH. W6PYP.
W6CTT 1119.
Okay, W6CTT. Thank you. And you're very strong tonight. What was it, 1118?
1119. You getting up there yet?
Sorry, I doubled with you. I clicked the mic and I missed your question. 1119. What was the question?
Yeah, you getting any rain up there yet?
Yes, it's just starting.
Yeah, I just looked outside. We're just starting to sprinkle down here in Clovis.
It's about 5 inches apart per drop right now. That's 10 inches apart. So we're starting to see the edges of the river.
727.
727. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike and the net.
had something playing in the background, or somebody checked in underneath you. Was that somebody else underneath Mike? Over.
Yeah, Bill, A6S, I forgot to turn the amplifier on, and I pointed towards the south. Able 6 sugar, Michael.
Okay, and you're very pinched, something very, very pinched, tight bandwidth-wise in the audio. You don't sound normal at all. Mike, does he sound normal to you?
No, some kind of a
He's a little muffled, it sounds to me.
Came back when you guys were calling him. I get this same kind of audio when I'm in this direction on you. Let me turn it around.
No, you don't have to turn it around. It's not going to change the audio. You're just, but you doubled with Mike. Mike, what does he sound like to you?
Well, he sounds better now that it sounds like he's stronger, but it's a little muffled or low in frequency or something.
Okay, and now what else did you say, Bill, about somebody down south, but we couldn't hear him or something? Well, go ahead.
I moved the antenna about 10 degrees. I probably got a lot better. You did. No, I was listening to see if Ben came back to you guys.
No.
And that's all I said. K6MYC A6S. Over, Mikey.
Okay, well, why didn't you call Ben?
Because I was talking to Mike on the phone when I heard you guys calling him.
Okay, because he didn't come back to me, he doesn't come back to Rob, so I want him to understand that we're hearing him fine up here, but he may have no receiver on his end, or he's got 100 dB over 9 noise or something. He's S9 here tonight. I don't know why he would think he says very poor propagation, not hearing anybody.
I don't know, but I'm pointed kind of towards LA now. My audio should have cleaned up quite a bit because yours sure did.
Yeah, I wonder what that was all about. I never heard the audio do that just with the direction.
I hear it all the time here. You're not buried in mountains like we are here. I had it towards, I would say the beam heading was probably not too, no, I was about 100, I can make it do it again, about 100 and, I can't even see the thing, my eyeballs are 120 degrees. I get that every time I'm in that direction. I hear guys complain. I mean, I've heard you say the same thing, but it's just bouncing off of some mountain up there that the bounce is probably stronger than the main signal. I mean, I hear we got multipath here all the time, so it's it just depends on where I'm pointed. Mikey, go ahead.
Okay, well, it didn't sound like multipath. It just sounded like you were running very restricted bandwidth.
Well, that's what it does. You sounded the same way. You sound like somebody had something around something and real tight there on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we've got audio recording of it. We can all go back and listen to it later. It was really weird. Okay, one more call. Rick, where are you? KB6RQU, over.
KC5DTU.
There he is, KC5DTU. I forgot to put you in the list of people I was calling. Good evening, Kerry. We're going to be in town tomorrow. We're going to have lunch if everything works out with at least Ken, WA60IB, but we'd love to have you with us, over.
Roger, Roger. What time are you going to be coming out?
Well, we're adjustable.
Okay, if it's I think you told me you were going to be leaving the doctor about 10, and if that's so, I can make it, and we'll be on.
No, I'm going to the doctor. It's a 10 o'clock appointment, and my guess is it could take as much as an hour, but I don't think it will. But it shouldn't take an hour, but it can, depending on what she decides to do. We have a minor operation to remove a little skin cancer, but it's so minor that the cancer's gone away as far as I can see. She may still elect to dig in there and make a small incision and remove some flesh, but that's about it. So unless she finds something else on me that's bigger and more intensive, I should be in and out in no time. So there you are. But no, we're going to be tied up until at least 11, and then after that we're probably free. But when is Laura's appointment?
It's in the afternoon. If you're out by 11, it's a go. I can make it, so I'll just stand by to hear from you.
All righty. Well, we'll kind of coordinate that with Ken, too. I'm open to do it at any time in that window, and I can certainly do it by 11 or near there. But let's see where Ken's timing is on that tomorrow. He should be in here. He said he would be in. I talked to him earlier today on the phone, so there you are.
Okay, sounds good. Then I'll put it on the calendar as a go and be ready.
All righty. Now, KB6RQU. Rick, are you down there? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't hear Rick coming back to you. I'm pointed towards you, so the audio should be a lot better. I went through it, 170 degrees. It does the exact same thing for about a 5-degree window either side of that, and then it cleans up. Mikey, go ahead.
Yeah, weird. You should have stayed down there and given Ben another call, because Ben didn't respond to my call nor Rob's, and I'm not sure he understands he's checked in here.
I don't know. He should have heard me. I was pointed in that direction, and I didn't hear him, so I would have thought he would have called me. But anyway, I want to say good evening to Carrie there, KC5DTU. Hope everything's going okay. No drain, no drippies here yet. Anyway, back to net, AA6F.
Okay. Frank is ahead of us here. Frank, is it raining harder up there for you?
Yes, sir. I've had the light drizzles off and on since 5 o'clock, and right now it's a pretty steady, you might call it a farmer's rain. It's not real hard, but pretty steady rain coming down at the moment. But looking at the radar, it's going to do like this just off and on for maybe the next couple of hours, and then there looks like there's some heavy stuff fixing to hit us.
Yeah.
The NOAA prediction for the next 24 hours at my elevation is up to 2 inches. Over.
I'm hearing 5 inches down here.
Well, I'll tell you what, I will go pull up, let's see, O'Neill's, and that's the closest one to you. And see, it says tonight, up to 3/4 of an inch, and tomorrow up to 3/4 of an inch. So I don't know where that 5 inches is coming from. Maybe they're talking 5 inches over the whole 2 storms. Over.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just what Bo said when he came in. Okay, fine and dandy. Now, let's see. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. You seeing about the same thing up there, Daryl? Okay, how about Dave, K6BBG? Are you seeing the same thing up there?
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Frank and I are less than a half mile apart, so, yep, exactly the same thing.
226 is here.
Oh, there's 226. Okay, Kerry's in here, and we talked about lunch. He would prefer to stay away from the afternoon, so early lunch somewhere between 11 and noon is okay?
I think that would be great.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll call you, Ken, and Kerry both when I get out of the doctor's appointment. It should be around 11, and then we can meet somewhere down off of Shaw or somewhere down, whatever's convenient down that way, halfway to Clovis or something. Over.
Okay, that sounds good. WA60IB to make it legal here. Just started raining here a few minutes ago.
It's drizzling here very, very, very lightly. The concrete, I have one patch of concrete. This is the weirdest thing. I have this one patch of concrete in front of the barn. It's a big square, 2 10-foot squares, and they are totally wet and dark. And every other piece of concrete around the barn is white, like there never had been rain on it yet.
Yeah, you've told that story before. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it must be the way it was finished, because this little section out in front of the barn must be very open-pored, if you will, because it just goes black immediately, or real dark. Okay, I heard somebody way down in there. Who was that? Go ahead, the break.
275. 275. This is Mark, K6ORJ Mobile at instead of 99 in and out.
Hi there, Mark. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. We stopped here to get we're here getting dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're mobile. I forgot.
I've got you, Mark, here this week. I've got you. I just took me a minute to write you in there. 275. We got you. Good to hear you.
Okay. Yeah. You were stronger earlier, and then it took about the time the rain started coming, and you hit a phase here. So, but you were pretty strong.
Are you vertical or horizontal?
Yeah, I'm vertical. I can't be static. I'm gonna do the halo when I'm at the house, parked in front of the house. But driving down the road, it'll hit too much. I've got too much steel up there.
You got too much what?
There's too much metal up there. I got 6 meters vertical. I got 2 meters 440. I got another UHF antenna, and then this ginormous HF antenna on the back, and something's gonna slap something.
Oh, okay. Well, a 2-meter hole loop would fit in there nicely. That little mag mount at 18 inches, you wouldn't have any trouble with that. Anyway, no worries. We got you. And one more try, and then we'll go to Atascadero. KB6RQU. Rick, where are you tonight? K6MYC in the group. Okay, well, you're down toward Atascadero. Turn just a little bit further south, Bill, if you would, and give Ben one more call here. N6SWR. Ben, where are you? K6MYC. Well, he must have given up, or he's not hearing us. I think sooner or later here, when I'm whistling up, I'm hitting 1500 hard here.
KB6RQU, Rick, you on tonight? 2-meter Bozo Net, KB6RQU.
Okay, Bill, give one call to N6SWR and then bounce it back to Atascadero, and we'll pick up Ron over there, okay?
Well, I'm pointed towards Ron. I got to go all the way around to go in the other direction. So I'm going to stay where I am here. Anyway, W6QUI, AA6S, you around, Ron?
N6SWR, Ben, you on tonight? N6SWR? Nothing on either. I guess it's Atascadero.
About KN6EIV, Eric, are you there? KN6 Echo India Victor or W6QUI, K6MYC calling Atascadero and standing by. No, we're not there. Okay.
QUI, AA6S. AA6S calling and standing by. Yeah, no Stewano, nothing there, Mikey.
Okay, well, let's go up to get Monterey then. Monterey and Santa Cruz next. Here we go. A voice in there. Is that WA6LIE calling? Go ahead, Rick. Scott?
Roger. Hopefully you can very good evening to there, Mike. I can hear myself in the background, so I guess I'm going to anyways, expect a lot of rain, but no rain yet. We have a lot of wind, but Mr. Mike, so I think I'll be steady for a Mike. Hopefully it's not too bad for you. Over.
I missed the last comment. What was the last comment?
I hope the rain is not too bad for you. Over.
No, it's just starting here. As it's how long has it been raining for you over there?
I
have zero. No rain. Absolutely zero rain yet. Over. But it's very, 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 very spotty like popcorn. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like it is here. It's just barely wetting the concrete here. All right, very good. Let's see. Is Scott in there? Steve in there tonight. W6TPB. Are you there, Steve? K6MYC in the group. Okay, nothing from Steve tonight. Okay. Well, you're sounding good once I got the antenna on you there, Scott. So no problem copying. 6 has been pretty quiet here. I saw a couple of little tiny spikes on FT8 today, but they didn't last very long, so it was very minor. You probably catch anything on FT8, did you?
Just all local stuff, Mike. Local only on 6, over.
Roger, all local stuff. Okay, very good. Well, let's go and see if we can get up to Tom tonight and see if he's in there. KW6S in a group, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here, and I've been playing around with FT8 on 6 meters, but I call CQ for a while and don't get any answers, so that might be what you're seeing.
Yeah, it might have been. I was pointed east, but I would certainly hear you off the back. But I haven't looked at it lately. That's been 2, 3, 4 hours ago. It's just starting to rain over here. I guess you guys haven't had any yet, huh?
We started getting rain probably about 1 or 2 o'clock. It's light rain, but it's been pretty steady ever since. But fairly light. Yeah. To get from the house to the garage, I've got about 10 feet, and I get a little bit wet in that 10 feet.
Really? Because Scott down there in Monterey said he hasn't had a single drop.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the bay, though. So, or I guess he's actually in Salinas. So, yeah, maybe not so much inland. We are usually right on the edge of any of the storms that come through Northern California, and that's why we're kind of hit and miss the last year or so.
I know Scott, WA6LIE, he's in Monterey.
Yeah, I think, well, his transmitter's in Monterey. I think he's actually in Salinas.
Oh, I don't know where he is. Scott, where are you? Where do you live? Maybe he can't hear me now. WA6LIE. Scott, where's your home QTH there? Scott, over?
Yeah, I hear you, Mike. I'm sitting in Salinas, transmitting from Monterey, over.
Oh, QSL, okay. So you are in Salinas, but you're in Salinas, and you haven't had any rain in Salinas, but you're not sure about Monterey, right?
No, they have a lot more rain. I was getting rained on when I left work at 3 o'clock. But I'm in a rain shadow area, Mike, over.
Yeah, but you're talking about Salinas, not Monterey, right?
Still in the Monterey Bay area, but we're on the other side of the bay from where Tom's at.
Okay, but I'm not getting an answer to you, and the first word is being cut off by your repeater. It's making a funny tone when you first key up, and it takes out the first word or two. So you're north of, well, no, you're not north of, Salinas is still south of Santa Cruz, isn't it?
Roger. Yeah, still south of Santa Cruz and northeast of Monterey. So we're in the heart of the Steinbeck country, Mike, over. We're inland about 10 miles.
You're in the what?
Steinbeck country and inland about 10 miles, not right on the coast.
The problem is your audio is fluttery, And with the distortion that's in the repeater there, it's difficult to copy when you don't talk a little bit. That first syllable, the first half a word is missing, and I'm just not getting the word, and that screws up the whole sentence if it's got a good piece of subject matter in it. No worries. I kind of know where you. I know where you are. I just didn't realize you lived that far away from your remote base there. All right, no problems. Just surprised that it's been raining since 1 o'clock in the afternoon for Tom, and you're not getting any of it. It's unbelievable.
So hopefully this is better. And I apologize for that, but no rain yet over here. It's like popcorn rain, so we'll have to see when it happens. It's extremely windy, Michael.
Yep. Okay. Whatever that is, I don't know what popcorn rain is, but that's okay. Pretty good. Let you go, and let's see if Lee is in there tonight. KB6 LEE K6MYC with KW6S in the group.
K6MYC, KB6LEE, I indeed am here. We've tipped about 16 buckets here, 16/100ths of an inch. It's been raining since about 3 o'clock this afternoon, but it's been a very light rain. And I think that Scott's QTH basically is, he's on kind of like the valley side, the leeward side of the Big Sur Mountains down there. And so because all of this moisture comes up directly from the south, it's aimed more towards Tom than it is towards Scott. And I kind of get a glancing blow as it goes up the coast. But I'm kind of in a shadow area too. So I would expect that Tom's probably had a 1/4 of an inch to maybe a 1/2 an inch so far today. And yeah, the precipitation drops off pretty rapidly as you get further south out of Santa Cruz. Roger?
Yep, okay.
All right, so yeah, basically I'm here. I think I've got the quaggy together. I'm putting the finishing touches on it, and hopefully one way or another I think I'll be on it tomorrow night.
That'd be good, even if it's on a broomstick out in the yard. We should be able to hear you. Very good. Nice to hear you this evening. Strong as always from over there. Very steady signal. You've got a groove through the hills here. Anybody else for Tom, Lee, or anybody else over there? K6MYC before we go to the Bay Area?
For Tom there. AA6S.
You're off frequency again, Jared.
Excuse me there. Anyway, you copy, Tom. KW6S, AA6S, over.
AA6S, KW6S. Good evening. Yeah, you're a lot weaker than normal here tonight, but I'm hearing you okay.
Yeah, Roger, same on your signal there. He may not be pointed at me. I don't know if you moved your antenna. Just wanted to say good evening to you there, Tom. But we are copying. I could barely hear the other station that Mike was talking to. He was talking about his popcorn rain or some kind of rain or something. I got that much out of it. Anyway, back to you there, and take care, Tom. KW6S, AA6S, over.
And we have another station by the name of Jared in here, Tom.
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, we, K6ZMW and I were talking last night after we tried to make it on 1296. Didn't quite do it. We're talking about trying to get together a meetup group for Bozos at Visalia in April. So we'll try to get a little movement in that direction so we can all kind of get together. Anyway, AA6S, KW6S, back to you, Mike.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to let Lee pull in Jared because he was off frequency, but maybe you guys can work together to get him back on the frequency here. He's confused about the RIT or something there. We had the problem last time he checked in as well. I thought he had it figured out, but apparently not. So try it again, Jared. I don't have the call. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie in the Bozo Net on 2 meters, over.
Yeah, Mike, this is Jared. Am I on frequency now?
You're perfect now.
Yeah, I had the XIT still set from some other work I was doing, so my apologies. Hopefully this is coming in a lot better. Copy?
Yeah, no, we're getting good copy. I need your call sign and your Bozo number.
Yep, KJ6MQI, Bozo number 271, over.
Phonetically on the call sign.
Kilowatt Juliet 6, Mike Queen India.
Yeah, I know we worked the other night, but I don't have it locked in my brain yet. KJ6MQI. Very good, we got you. And where are you located?
Yeah, QTH is Scotts Valley, and we are getting dumped on up here. There's so much rain, and it's been this way probably for the past 2 hours. It started kind of drizzling right around maybe 5 o'clock, over.
Okay, 5 o'clock, and you're getting tons of rain in Scotts Valley. Yeah, you would. That would be, you're in the mountains there. You're going to get really dumped on up there. Okay, well, that's good news. Hopefully that you leave some water in that cloud for us. We need a lot more rain than we got. We were hoping we have 4.5 inches total since May, so we're really light. We need to have all the rain we can get over here. Good to hear you. Does anybody else want to say hello to Jared over there in Scotts Valley? You're much stronger tonight. Did you make any changes, Jared, or is it just conditions tonight? Over.
No, so as I mentioned, this was the last time we talked was the first time I'd had this radio set up in about 3 years. So now I've got the 2M7 antenna. It's going, and I think I had a mic gain issue, so I think I've corrected that. Hopefully things are sounding a lot better, over.
Oh, your audio and everything is perfect and much stronger signal. So if the 2M7 is up, it's working real. You've got a booming signal from Scotts Valley, so we'll expect that on a continuum here. Nice to have you in here again. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you'll be able to continue to check in here. What radio are you on?
I still rock an old Kenwood TS2000, over.
Okay, but you do have 432 in there. So you could also check in on the 432 net. That's tomorrow night, but you may not have anything up for 432, right?
Yeah, copy. I have the antennas. Unfortunately, they're just sitting on the ground. I've got an antenna, the 9-wavelength antenna from you, and then I've also got the 23-centimeter antenna. I just need to get them up in the air, and I actually ordered some mast mounts from M Squared because I cannot find them for the life of me, over.
You mean boom to mast plates?
Negative. The little rings that go around the mast itself, over.
The keepers, Mike.
Oh, he's talking about around the mast. No, you mean around the element keepers, the little stainless element keepers, 3/16 stainless keepers?
No, the antennas are all together. I'm talking about the actual mast mount rings. So they mount to the mast mounting plate and have the nuts on them, over.
Those are U-bolts.
Yeah, copy that. I'm sorry, I just couldn't think of the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, U-bolts. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, very good. Well, we'll look forward to hearing you on all three bands. So you've got a TS2000 with 1296 in it. You got the expensive one, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I paid a little extra to get that, and it only does 10 watts, but hopefully that'll be enough. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, it'll be enough from where you are there in the mountains. That should be no problem. That's good. Okay, super. Look forward to the progress as it occurs there, Jared. Thanks very much. And okay, yeah, well, you'll get yammered at every time you're off frequency like that. I heard you, but of course, when you're 1 kc off, I can't read who it is, over.
Yeah, absolutely. We got it corrected now. It shouldn't be a problem going forward. KJ6MQI.
Yeah, KJ6MQI. We got you 7-3, and we'll move right on into the Bay Area. Okay, Bay Area. Let me see here. We'll get up a little further here. That should be more of a signal in the Bay Area, although I'm sure some of me was being heard there. QRZ Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC.
W6PQL. AB6WFC.
Okay, got a whole bunch of you guys. Hang on a second. I got 1296 in here. W6PQL. I got K6 Uniform Delta Echo. Your ears must have been burning yesterday, because for some reason I was sitting there in a chair and I thought, Jim hasn't checked in. Udi hasn't checked in at all for about a month here. Hope he's still okay. Hope he still has interest in ham radio and hasn't lost his interest too much to the gun trade. I get you in just a second. Stand by. Now, let's see. I had two others. I heard KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, 775, and I had one other. Who was the other one?
WDB6 JNS.
285. Okay, got you, Jim. There might have been one other. I don't remember hearing you, but maybe you were in there. All right, let me shoot it to Jim JW6PQL first. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, coffee over here is fair tonight, and we've had rain over here, but very, very light rain. We're doing a little bit better than you are year-to-date. We've had 15 inches year-to-date here in Fremont. Our normal, or average rainfall, that is 18 to 20. So I have no doubt that we'll get that before all of this is over in May or whenever it lets up. But looking good so far, at least in this area. So that's it. That's the report. I'm sticking to it. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah. Boy, I wish I had that rainfall here, or at least 2/3 of it. I'd be happy if I had 10 inches. I only got still 4 1/4 here. But maybe it'll be more in the morning, and hopefully we can get over 5 inches here. I have to dump the rate gauge in the morning. It's probably going to be right up around 5. If I get 3/4 of an inch overnight, I'll be at 5 inches. So there we are. Then we can dump it. I don't have to wait till it gets to 5, but it's easier to keep track of it that way. All right, let's see. Jim, K6 Uniform Delta Echo. I'm not pointed at you, but you're plenty strong, so if you can hear me, we'll leave it alone. K6 UDE out in Waterford, K6 MYC.
K6 NYC, K6 UDE. Oh, I hear you just fine. Yeah, you're about 9 S9 here, so sounding pretty good. And that's without the no preamp. Yeah, no, I haven't been doing anything with the gun, so that hasn't been an issue. But I've had enough other projects to keep me busy, and for some reason I turned into a pumpkin about 8 o'clock at night, so I just haven't been getting up here.
Pumpkin, huh? So you're orange man, like the new president, maybe that we might get again. The orange man, huh? Okay, very good, Jim. Good to hear from you, though. And of course, you've got 432, so see if you can remember to stay on. We'll get up your way sooner tomorrow night than later, so maybe we'll hear you around closer to 7:30 tomorrow night. You don't have to wait for me if you're up falling asleep at the switch there. You can call in anytime. I'm pretty sure I'll hear you. Good to hear you. K6 UDE, you want to say hello to Ken? Ken, you want to say hello to Jim? Oh, Ken may be over on a 10-meter net.
Yeah, I think he does 10 meters about 8 o'clock, so. Okay, well, when you see Ken, or you tell him I said hi. Anyway, I'm going to listen out here and disappear shortly. K6 MYC in the group, K6 UDE.
Okay, very good, Jim. Well, I expect to have lunch with Jim. I'm with Ken if everything goes according to plan tomorrow, so we'll have plenty of opportunity to make your ears burn. All right, KEB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, big signal tonight from Daly City. What's going on there, over?
K6 MIC, KB6 WFC. We have almost an inch and a half of rain already, so it's just raining. Other than that, nothing new to report. Back to net, KB6 WFC Daly City.
That's really good news. Hopefully that some of that water will move down this way a little bit more. We need more rather than less. If I had an inch and a half all at once, I'd fall over and die. We've been milking it at a 1/4 inch every time it rains here. A 1/4 inch here, a 1/4 inch. I'm all the way up to 4 1/4 inches for the whole year since May. Pathetic. Rainy year, I call it. It's a rainy season stops in May and then starts again, so I count that as the beginning of the rainy season for us. End of it and the beginning of the new one. Okay. Anyway, great to hear you. It was sure tough the other night on 1296, man. I could tell you were in there occasionally, but it was horrible. Any change on your end? Were the antennas inside or something?
No, the antennas were not inside. It's what is it, 24-element loop with Yagi outside. It's, I forget how high it is, 15, 18 feet, I don't know. It's up there, but, yeah, it could be higher, but there's winds here. I don't know if that big antenna is going to survive the winds. It usually rotates around whenever there's a big wind. As a matter of fact, tonight it's pointing the wrong direction.
No, it must have U-bolts. Doesn't it have U-bolts? Can't you tighten the U-bolts up? It shouldn't have any real reason to rotate on the mast.
It's just a push-up mast. It's not anything special.
Oh, is it an inch and a half, or is it down to 1 inch or something?
It's a fiberglass mast.
Oh, fiberglass. Well, then you can't clamp it very tight. Why do you have it on a fiberglass mast?
That's all I have laying around the yard.
Oh, for God's sake. You got to go to the junkyard and get a piece of, hell, you can use conduit for what you're doing. That would be way better. Or water pipe. Anyway, I'm expecting you to do a better job on your 1296 antenna. We got to have you in there, and you got to be better than you have been with the power you're running there, and all the effort you put into it, and the transceiver that you have, and all the rest of it. So come on now, put something up there where the damn you can't put an antenna like that on a fiberglass mast, because you just can't clamp it. The fiberglass gives up too much. That's exactly what the problem is, and you're going to damage the mast on top of it. All right, let me see. Jim, WB6JNN. Tell him how to do it, Jim. K6MYC.
Buy something off of your scrap pile on your hill, like I did. Oh, man. Anyway, raining, not too bad here yet. And anything special going on around here? No, I did yesterday have a period of time where it was calm and actually a little bit sunny, and I went out and flew some planes. And so there's that. And of course we did make it last night on 1296. But aside from that, not too much else going on around here that isn't associated with health issues and, you know, all the old people stuff.
Well, you should join us in the morning on 40 meters. We've been talking about old people stuff a little bit. We try not to dwell on it, but we got old people in there. I'm the oldest, but there's a couple of 81s and some others in there. So you're in that category. We're on. We've just moved frequency down to 7137. 7137 starts about 8 o'clock or 8:15. So you might want to join us some morning. I'm sure you'll hear everybody. We all run power if we need it. Anyway, good evening to you, Jim. And I was going to make a comment about something else, but it slipped away. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I'm looking for K6. KLY, K6 Kilo Lima Yankee. I got a nice plaque in the mail yesterday from the ARRL about my 5-band DXCC award. It's a beautiful plaque on wood with a beautiful golden plaque with my call sign and name on it and everything. And I think you have to pay for that extra. I wasn't expecting that. I did get a piece of paper in another box that said I had 5-band DXCC, but this is an award. On a big on a big wooden plaque. It's about 12 inches high and 8 inches wide, like 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And it's beautiful. So I'm really appreciative of that, but I didn't buy it. So I was going to ask Russ if he felt sorry for me in my poverty-stricken world over here and bought it for me. Anyway, that was nice to get it in the mail, and I know I have something else to hang on the wall here, like I need it. All right, who else do we have in the Bay Area? We should have KD6SOK, and we should have some others. KT2G, perhaps, and KB6BA, Anybody? K6MYC Bozo Net.
AB6SR.
Sorry, I forgot 807. Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Wife woke me up about 15 minutes ago. I was asleep. So we had some rain here. I haven't been out to look at the jam jar, which I use as a rain gauge, but probably had half an inch or more today. Started raining soon after lunch, and was moderate to heavy a little while ago, around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, so I'll check it in the morning, but probably had half an inch today. Back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR, wide awake.
Finally wide awake, huh? Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that you're getting rain. It sounds like there's a pretty good rainstorm coming in. Daly said he already had 1.25 inches, he said, or 1.5 inches already today, so you're in the path, and it's coming my way. I hope we get lots and lots of rain here. That's terrific. Good to hear you. Big, strong signal, as always. Now, anybody else in the Bay Area before we go to Martinez, K6MYC? Boy, a lot of people missing here tonight. Gold's winning tonight, Jim. Jim must be up trying to work Steve down south. Okay, let me go to Martinez. K6ERF. Go ahead, Russ. K6MYC. Over.
6QR is here.
Who's QRZ?
Good evening, Mike, and good evening, Gary. K6QR. Good evening there, Mike, and congrats, very big congrats on the 5-band award there. Man, that's terrific. How many years did it take to get that thing?
Oh, all my life, it's the first one I've ever gotten. I never applied for any of that stuff. I never was a certificate chaser. But Russ, K6KLY, had been pushing me when I was so close. I had 100 countries on all the bands up through 2 meters, except for 10 meters. So I get the 5-band DXE award with the plaque and everything, and I've really got 7 bands, and I don't know why they didn't mention that on there, because the other 2 bands, 2 meters and 6, mean a lot more to me than the 5 bands down below. Not that there's anything wrong with HF, but that's easy stuff to me with all the capability I've had over the years with antennas and stuff. It's hard to do 135 countries on 2 meters and 137 countries on 6. That's the achievement. But they didn't say anything about it on this plaque. It just says 5-band HFDXCC of all things. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Now, you probably don't have enough room on your wall for all those certificates anyway. I had to take a lot of mine down off the wall here and get all filled up. Miscellaneous this, miscellaneous that. Anyway, good evening to you. The rain has been steady here for hours. Not raining heavy, but continually. So I hope for your sake that it kind of gets down near your ways a little bit. Let's turn over to Gary over there in Vallejo. Go ahead, Gary, K6ERF.
Howdy, Russ. Howdy, Mike. Howdy, Ken, if you're out there. This is KD6QR, and it is really pounding rain here in Vallejo right now. And I'm getting some strange phenomena, I think, known as rain static. So I'm getting some very unusual static sounds.
WB6JN Force School. Anyone still around?
Yeah, we're here. Stand by.
Hello, Mike, and congratulations on the award.
Thanks, Gary. Stand by just a second, Gary. WB6JNP, do you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I didn't hear anything, so I thought I'd give a call. I'm here.
Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
We hear you, Darren. Stand by. I'm getting there. I'm just in your neighborhood there, but not quite yet. But we got checked in anyway, so if you have to go, Darren, go ahead. Okay, fine, Gary, and good to hear you, Dane. Let me get Dane in here. Dane's in Corsko, so Corsko beat the Bay Area today, over. In other words, we got more check-ins from Corsko than we got from the Bay Area. That's pretty sad, isn't it, Dane, over?
No, it's sort of like I was asking somebody one time why Bakersfield has such a big band and drill team, and they go, what else is there to do in Bakersfield? So, you know, it led the kids into that. So, same thing up here. There's nothing else to do in Course Gold, so might as well become hams and check in on the Bozo Net.
Good idea. That's a good answer. Okay, very good. Well, good to hear you. Let me get back to Gary up there in Vallejo. Back to you, Gary, and I'm assuming it's raining just as hard in Vallejo as it is in Martinez. Over.
Probably harder because Russ said it was kind of like a steady rain, but this is a hard rain that we're getting here in Vallejo right now. Anyway, congratulations on your award. I'm picking up rain static tonight and having fun on ham radio, celebrating my 70th birthday tonight there. Had a nice little dinner and everything. Anyway, have a good net there, K6MYC, KE6QR.
Okay, very good, Gary. Well, happy birthday to you. For 70 years old, you sound pretty good. You sound like you're not a day over 59, over.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. We'll keep thinking that.
There you go. Okay, super. Enjoy. I'm glad you had a good dinner. I haven't had my dinner yet. They got started a little bit late this evening, so I'll be eating my dinner when I go in later when the net's finished up here. Who's that?
Thank you, Russ.
Go ahead, Russ.
I was saying birthday congratulations to Gary.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Russ.
Yeah, you're sounding really good tonight, Gary. Both you and Russ are just very solid down here. No watery sound to you at all. Good propagation tonight here on 2 meters. Is that what you're hearing, Russ?
Absolutely. It's year 40 over 9, so it's one of the good nights.
Yeah, it's sounding good.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm running about 1,500 at you guys, so everything's working. We got the broken rotor wire fixed. It was outside and the wind had blown it. And the strain relief grommet had come loose on the junction box, and the wind had pulled it off the edge, and it was hanging there with water running in. So was the wire broken, number one, and it was full of water, number two. So, but it was a simple fix, and we're back in business here with this rotator. Wasn't anything wrong with the rotor; it was just a broken wire. You got to have DC on the motors, or they don't go, you know. Okay, N6 Radio, Oscar, are you floating around there somewhere, Ken?
Yeah, KE6MYC, N6RO, 835. And happy birthday to Gary, and congrats to you on the 5-band DXAC. And the rain is sort of getting, the storm's getting wrung out over the Diablo Range and the Berkeley Hills. And it hasn't rained in 3 hours out here. We've got a total of less than a tenth. But I expect we're going to get some more. The radar is showing a big line coming through. It's the one that's over Vallejo right now. Anyway, that's enough of that, and we'll look for you tomorrow night, N6RO.
Yeah, look forward to tomorrow. I think this is a very slow-moving storm. It's sort of just chugging along. It's been a week coming, and they knew it was coming, and it hasn't changed, and they knew it for a week and a half that the damn thing was out there just gradually creeping our way, and I think it's just going to be that way. Well, hopefully it lasts 3-4 days, and we get 3, 4, 5 inches out of it, over.
Yeah, it's possible. The forecast shows steady rain all night until about 6 or 7 a.m., so it'll pile up gradually, I guess, eventually. I really don't need it. My driveway is already full of water. Oh, by the way, on awards and stuff, I've never applied for DXCC on any band or all bands. Most of my wall is filled with contest flags. We got on the new wall. We got 70 up there now, and there's 4 more boxes to hang. So this is all headed up by one of my energetic team members. Enough for now. N6RO, back to Mike.
Well, thanks a lot for the concrete. It's meaningless to a DXer of your magnitude. I know you'd never bothered with it because it's too easy. That's why I never fussed with it. The only guy that made me do this was Russ. He looked at my country count, and he knew I had enough countries on all the other frequencies except 10 meters. All the way from 2 meters down to 80, I got plenty of countries worked, but I didn't have 10 meters of all the easy bands to get lots of countries on. But it was never a big challenge for me, so I just never messed with it. But I'm sort of glad to have it. At least it shows that I was doing something with all those hours spent on the air. If I had an award for what we do here on the Bozo Net, I'd feel much more proud from that award, because I think I'm doing more good here than, or at least helping guys and getting more activity here than all the effort I could put on HF. But that won't matter. Anyway, you're going to have to build another building just to put all your contest plaques up. Sounds like, over.
No, we'll just build another wall. This is just one wall. It's 28 feet wide and 10 feet high, and it's let's say dressing up the shack. It was a little too primitive or rustic, as they say before. So my friend Greg is honchoing all this improvement. Okay, well, that's enough, and I had something else to say, but I forgot. N6RO.
Well, it's probably something related to tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. Actually, I'll call you about 3 in the morning when it comes to mind.
Well, please do. Won't bother me. You know, I had something now that popped in when I said that to you, and now it's not coming up. Well, for heaven's sakes. Anyway, let's get it over to Steve. Maybe it'll pop into my mind. Stick around the speaker for a couple more seconds. W6SSW, K6MYC. Good evening, Steve.
Yeah, I think it came to Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, what I think I forgot was that my idea of DXCC is getting 100 contacts in a weekend contest. It's easy from 40 meters under 10, but we usually fall short on 80. We've been in the high 90s, but never broke 100 yet. But that's all the future. N6RO. Over to Steve.
Yeah, that's the challenge. That's a real serious challenge. And if I was a contester and younger, I would probably go for that. 100 countries confirmed or worked. It's difficult to get them all confirmed. Even if you made 100, you would never get all the cards confirmed or confirmations on all of them. But at least you knew that you worked that many. And it's more in my mind what I've done versus what I've got on paper to show it. So yeah, that's a real challenge. 100 countries in a weekend on all the bands, phenomenal. That's a real challenge. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, so that wall that you took down the garage doors and put up, now you're decorating it with wallpaper, high.
Yeah, most of the plaques, we had about a dozen plaques up on the north wall. And this new project is taking them all out of the boxes. It's an ongoing project. When Greg's here, he puts about 20 of them up at a time. So I think there's about 70 to 80 up there now. It's getting full.
Oh my, that's pretty impressive. So is he putting them up in chronological order?
No, they're grouped by whatever the contest was. Like there's a row of California QSO parties, 25 of those. And there's a bunch of CQ contests, and ARRL sweepstakes, and Oceana DX, and on and on and on.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's good. That's what Radio Oakley needs is a wall of shame. That's for sure. Yeah, W6SSW just windy up here, Mike. About 1/10 of an inch of rain, like Ken said. Started raining about I don't know, noonish or so, on and off, and started getting windy about 6 o'clock. So had to bat down everything on the sun deck.
because it's coming from that direction. It's coming from your direction. So it's funny. You go on the other side of the house. You walk down the street. It's not that bad. But on the back, on the water side, where there's not a lot of protection, it gets a running start and hits the back of the house pretty good. So yeah, I think it's blowing in.
Yeah, I don't know what direction it's coming from. I got the impression a week ago that it was just coming straight into us from the west. It started in Indonesia, or they started to talk about it when it was over Indonesia, and just a big wall of water that covered the whole coast here, or the whole northern half of California at least, and then some. I don't know what the total magnitude was or length of it, but it was, and it's a long and deep thing, and just coming in directly from the west. But I could be wrong. It may have a slant to it. We'll have to listen to the weather guys that are on here, and they'll tell us which way it came in. It's coming in. Let me go over to Sacramento, and they'll tell us in no uncertain terms, Steve. 7-3. Clear Lake. Anybody in Clear Lake copying K6MYC?
Info.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, this is the main storms are basically coming out of Alaska area and whatnot, and in a big spiral, but they're moving southward and picking up all the warmer air and stuff out of the south. And that's where it's picking up all the moisture, and that's why they're calling it the atmospheric river. It's still a storm out of the north, and so it's coming down the ocean and then coming up like through Salinas and up towards our direction. Over.
Yeah, well, interestingly, have had no rain in Salinas so far.
Well, I just picked out of the spot. Most of it's been Bay Area northward so far that I've been seeing, although there's a little bit southern of that. And then the further south this whole thing goes, the more we're going to get it.
Yep. Well, if it goes further south, it's drizzling here, but nothing major. All right, let me see. Clear Lake, N1PPP, or anybody up that way, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Nothing heard. Dennis isn't in here tonight either. I wonder if he's rained out. Okay, over to you, Darren, if you're still there. KJ6KFB, I had a whopping signal when you called me when I was pointed toward North Bay.
Well, I don't know why you gave me a call when you were pointed down there. I was heard my call and I responded.
I didn't call you. You called me.
I could have sworn you threw my call out there. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on it, but hey, I got in early.
I got Larry in there on CW and 7WT calling, so we better move along here. But no, doesn't matter. You called me. I don't think I called KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Maybe you thought it was KJ6 KFB. Over.
Oh, it's a possibility. Who knows? I'll let you carry on. I know there's KR6MR, KO6KD waiting in the wings for you.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Give it our best. KJ6, KFB clear.
We missed you on 222 with your 5 watch. I was waiting for my receiver to collapse with power, and it never happened.
Oh, well, things got a little crazy around the house. Couldn't make it. Maybe next week.
Roger. Okay. 7-3 for now, Darren. And over to you, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, KO6KD, number 776, and checking in and saying good evening to everybody. The wind has been picking up here, so it looks like we're just starting to see the leading edge of the storm that'll be coming in tonight. So with that, I'll move it along so you can push on along, and we'll see you in the morning. All things okay, if everything's all right. And John's out here waiting to check in as well.
Okay. Got John checked in already because he was talking to KW6T way back in the beginning of the net. So I got him checked in, but I'll be happy to hear him. 7-3 for now, and we'll see you in the morning for a few minutes, Bill. I do have that appointment. It's on schedule. My driver's coming, so I'll be leaving the house at a little after 9. So we'll probably be in there for a half hour, and then I'll have to get going. KO6KD, K6MYC, over to KR6MR. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, in the group KR6MR Bozo 759. You're starting to get a little rough. I can hear myself on the cell phone as well. Looks like we don't have a very good propagation up here tonight. Over.
No, you're doing fine. A real rapid little flutter on there, but it's straightened out. It's flattening out. You've got a good, strong signal down here, and I had you checked in because you were talking to, and I could hear you earlier, KW6T, and he was stronger than you, but I could tell you were in there. I just didn't ever get the other who the other voice was there. So no problem. We got you. And it was good to catch you on 1296. We at least made a Q3 contact out of it. It wasn't bodacious, but it was steady, and I think that's the best I've heard you, with the peaks going up quite nicely, words coming out of the noise very nicely. So not too bad. It's just a power thing now. And of course, we'll probably get some days when we have real true propagation or something that'll give you a boost and get you way up there. So it'll be a minute or two of good high strength readability. We see that on most everybody that starts out like you are there. Anyway, good evening for now, John. I'm going to chug along and get the guys in Reading if they're up there, and then we'll, because I'm running a little late and then I got to go to Nevada. I haven't heard Paul here. K6WIS. Paul, are you around? I moved the antenna a little bit and I missed that. I didn't hear you. I got a noise bursting coming in here all of a sudden and it covered you. See if I can take care and I'll try for you tomorrow on 432 KR6MR. Okay, KR6MR. Intermittent copy now because of this noise. Not your fault. You're strong. Terrible noise. Let's see if I can hear any pieces of Reading to get them checked in. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW or KO6HS, over, K6MYC. KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Not sure I'm hearing anybody. Listen, guys, I'm going to go to Nevada, and then I'll come back and try again in a minute, and maybe I can get this noise tamed here. I'm getting called from Nevada. Anybody else here? KW6T and 6RZJ, are you here? Okay, I got nobody else. I'm going to go to Nevada. N7WT, we got you, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango 657, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. N7WT here. I followed along with your speech because I thought it said LCW because I was hearing you off the side of the antenna there. K6MYC, N7WT, good evening, 657, over.
I got you 657, and I've heard your CW a couple of times in there, and I responded, but apparently you didn't hear my response. Anyway, we got you. Good signal. Sorry we missed you last night on 1296. You must have fallen asleep.
Copy your response, over.
We doubled.
Yeah, band is down again. N7WT standby.
Okay, well, we're copying you. Let's see, Daniel, are you copying KE7UQL, K6MYC? KE7 KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. Okay, well, I'll call you again, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango. It's up and down a lot. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. We missed you last night. I guess you fell asleep. Over.
Yeah, K6MYC. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus now. Yeah, last night I got busy at watching some kind of a mystery movie, and time slipped by, and when I looked up at the clock, it was, it's too late. My fault, over.
Well, it's too bad because Daniel was in like a ton of bricks. He was almost solid copy in here the whole time, over.
Well, that's the way it is. That's like me going to lunch at the senior center and missing all the European activity coming in on 6 meters while I'm gone, over.
Oh, sure, always. Okay, well, we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. Maybe both you and Daniel could get together. He doesn't appear to be here tonight on this band. So maybe he blew it all out on yesterday's 1296 effort. Anyway, 7-3 for now, Larry. Thanks, and sorry we missed you on Tuesday. N7WT with a standby one more time with KE7UQL, K6MYC. Yeah, nothing heard.
Okay, I don't hear Daniel either. Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow at 432, and also, I'm sure Dale will be there also. KJ6IX with his 432 activity too. He can do that. He's kind of down out on 2 meters because he's polarized wrong, but he'll be there on 432 tomorrow night. So besides myself, at least Dale will be there, and I'm sure maybe Daniel will still sit too. Over.
Yeah, good. We'll look for Dale. We'll keep an ear out for Dale. I'm sure he'll be in here like a ton of bricks if he was last week. Very good. Thanks, Larry. I'm sorry to keep you waiting so long here tonight. I just got long-winded tonight. I'm sorry. N7WT, K6MYC, clear, and let's see you tomorrow.
Roger, 73, N7WT.
Okay, back to... Let me turn this noise blanker on here. Well, the blanker's getting some of it. Let me try one more time for Reading, Charlie November 80, KD6 SW, KD6 sopping wet. Let's hope you are sopping wet, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, Mike, you're pointing right into the rain. I'm looking at the radar, K6USY.
Oh, yeah, but we can get through rain. Rain doesn't have much effect on 2 meters.
Yeah, but it might be causing some of the noise.
No, it's this goddamn inverter guy over here, and Frank and I just haven't had a chance to get back over to him. I'm hearing his inverter. I don't have any power lines in this direction, so it's got to be the inverter off the side of the antenna. He's in the first side lobe right now. It's really bad when I point right at the Bay Area, but some signals were so strong out of the Bay Area it didn't matter.
Oh yeah, I got your noise blanker on, so hopefully that's helping a little bit. K6USY.
Yeah, it's sputtering and helping a little bit, but not. It won't keep me from hearing them. But I may not be able to copy very much. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KO6HS. Unusual to have both of them missing. K6MYC. What time is it, Aaron?
It's 8:47 local.
8:47. Well, they should be there. I'm usually around this same time, so this is not unusual. Maybe we don't have propagation. Maybe they really got some serious rain up there. KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, and the group calling and listening. KD6SW, now. Who is that, please? Again? again. Was that AJ6 Queen Lima? Who? Give me the call again, please. Your call. You're muffled. Over.
86 Sierra.
You got to give it more than once. You have to repeat it maybe 4 or 5 times here. I've got intermittent noise and I'm having to piece you together, and I haven't gotten one letter yet so far. So just go slow, say it very clearly and phonetically, and I'll piece it together, please. Over. Bill or anybody in Sacramento, anybody hear that station that's calling in? I don't think it's not Reading, because it's not the same cadence. I just can't get a call sign. I just can't get a piece of it. It's very muffled audio, very poor for this level of signal. The audio doesn't have any articulation. Try it again. K6MYC standing by. Over. Now he's given up. I want you to keep trying. Don't give up. This is what weak signal's all about. We need you to keep trying till you get an up fade. You've got to keep trying until we get an up fade on you, please. Over. Yeah, I heard that. Go ahead with a CW. I can copy your CW. Go ahead. Go ahead to CW if you want to take it on CW. Go ahead. K6MYC and the Bozo Net. Everybody's listening. Over. Oh, damn it. My regulars are not up there now, okay? Everybody quits right away when they check in. How about Paul, the K6 whiskey and the sugar? You would normally hear that station. He isn't here tonight, and KW6T took off. We need WB6GGY with his new station. He's going to be on here shortly. I'm not hearing it, so I don't know who it is. K6MYC, QRZ Bozo Net. Anybody else before we shut the net here? K6MYC. Not hearing anybody. Rob, you want to try to go down and get Eddie?
Sure, sounds like a plan. KM6SRR.
Okay. Bay Area, late checks are missed. Bay Area, late checks are missed. K6MYC, over.
Hello, Mikey, W6PQL.
Yeah, we hear you. Anybody else check in since we only had WB6JNN, KB6WFC, and yourself, and that was it. So nothing from WA6AXX. I wonder if he's gone. He hasn't checked in for 3 days in a row here. That's really odd.
Yeah, he may have been called away for grandson duty or something like that. By the way, it's raining pretty good here now. It's coming down pretty steady, and I would say it's a medium to whatever. It's raining hard, so it just took a while to get here. I think I was hearing some of the comments before about where the rain is coming from. The way I understand it is that this is a counterclockwise rotation coming out of the Pacific Northwest area. But it's rotating counterclockwise, and as it comes counterclockwise, it picks up all that moisture from Hawaii. There's a lot of moisture in the air around there and brings it in that way. I don't know where it's coming in, but it tends to move as the center of the counterclockwise rotation moves southward. So I'm pretty sure you'll get your share of it. It's just going to be delayed by 2 or 3 hours from where we are right now. That's generally how it happens unless the storm is fast moving. So around midnight, you'll probably be buried in the stuff, and all of your concrete will look the same as that one piece that you've got there. K6MYC, W6PQL.
I can hardly wait. Good. Want to take one more standby for anybody left in the Bay Area? KT2G, WA6AXX, KB6BA, a couple of others, K6KLY. Who else? KD6SOK? Boy, it's a quiet night.
Yeah, we'll have to look for 432 to be a little more active.
Yeah, well, Korskville kicked your ass tonight. We had 5. You only got 3.
Oh, my. How many did we have on 222 last night? Or 12? No, it wasn't. It was 1296 was last night. I don't know if you can average those things, can you?
No. It's band by band. I don't know who won 1296. I think you guys won 1296 by 1. We did have, I think we had about 4, but you had 5, I think.
Okay, so no awards for anybody, huh?
Well, it's a slim win.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Tonight it was a blowout. At least I had solid 5 here. I could have gotten 6 if we were desperate. We could always have Dane, WB6JNP, go to his neighbor's house down 100 feet and knock on the door and say, Dan, get on here and check in. That's KM6HK803. And we could have had 6. 7-3 Jim, we'll see you tomorrow. K6MYC going and looking for south in Patterson, not Patterson, Porterville. We had Rob.
Yeah, 803.
There's 803 right there. We smoked you.
Oh, boy. Anything to get a certificate.
Thank you. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening.
Well, you beat the crap out of the Bay Area tonight, I'll tell you. Okay, let's let Rob call Eddie in there and see if Eddie's around.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by. Eddie in Porterville, KE6BK, KM6SR, standing by. I don't hear him in there tonight, Mike.
Yeah, if you're pointed the same direction, you might just give one more call to KB6 Whiskey, KB6RQU.
Why, of course. Rick, old Bozo 61, KB6RQU. Are you out in the shack now? KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by. KB6RQU. Rick, you on tonight?
Yeah, his wife probably wouldn't let him go out in the shack because she said it was going to probably rain in the next 6 hours, and he might not be able to make it from the shack back to the house.
Yep, Roger, Roger, only I can't say that. He can hear me.
Yeah, that's cruel, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess I could try for Ben and make it 3 strikes and I'm out.
Go ahead, try Ben. He's gone.
Yeah, Ben, N6SWR. You're probably not there either.
How about some new guy down in Bakersfield that's never checked in? You got a better chance of getting him, don't you?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to some of the guys on the Aries Races nets and see if any of them have sideband. Over.
Yeah, that's terrible. Bakersfield's just pathetically poor in terms of their check-ins here.
Kilo Golf 6, Queen Nancy Yankee. Can I check in?
Yeah, you sure can. Hi, Marcus.
Hi, Mike, and hi to Rob. I just want to let y'all know, soon we're going to get this house up for sale. We got the realtor, so we'll see how things go. I'm just going to need a place to move to. KG6QY.
What are you looking for? And give me your Bozo number, Marcus.
It's 1091. 1091. I don't know yet. I'm not looking to buy. I'm looking to rent for right now.
Are you going to move out of California?
No. We're going to stay by the Fresno area. And but I know I have all this ham radio equipment, and I certainly I'm a little timid to move to some place where I can't put up any antennas. So.
Well, why are you selling? I don't understand your incentive. Is the house no good for you? You don't like it, or what's going on?
Well, I took care of my aunt here. I've been in this house ever since it was built, and since she's passed away, it's not helping me to move forward, shall we say. I could get more explicit about it, but it's not really. This was her dream, not so much as mine, and I want to be able to move somewhere also that I could use antennas.
Well, then you got to move out here to Madera County.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the situation, but anyway. Well, listen, Mike and Rob there, I just wanted to check in. Just wanted to let you guys know the newest adventures where I'm going to go with on this. And so I will let you get back to calling the people that aren't getting back to you. And I'll just get ready to take a standby.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to get out here too. I haven't had dinner yet, and I got to get in. And it's nice, some nice steak they were cooking, and all fancy stuff tonight. And I missed my dinner. Luckily, I had a few snacks before I went out here. 73s to you, Marcus. Thanks for checking in, and good to hear you. Hopefully you'll be coming up with some place that's suitable. Madera County isn't a total answer, but if you move out in the boonies where you don't have any neighbors, then you're not going to have any problems. I don't have any permits on the 9 towers I have here. I have a 35-foot height limit in the county, and all my towers could crank down to that height if I had to, but I've never had any issues here. They don't care. If nobody complains, then you don't get any issues. Over.
Yeah, that's, we had it one time over here. Frank had put up a great beam system, but anyways, even over here we've had problems, so we're just being skittish about it. All right, Mike, you take care. It's good hearing you, and maybe I'll get a chance to come up and see you there sometime soon. KG6 doing what?
Good evening, Marcus. KM6SR.
Good evening, Rob.
Gonna see you at the meeting. Over.
Yo, you sure will. By the way, I'm just over at the bank yesterday. So, anyways, we got current running of the sheets of our club. So, all right, everybody have a good one, and we will talk to you all later. KG6QNY.
73 Marcus, KM6SRR.
Okay. Good night, Rob. Good night, Marcus. Good night, anybody else that's listening here. Aaron, good evening. K6MYC 73.
Good night, Mike. EW 6PBS.
Yeah, good night, Frank. We'll see you in the morning. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll be on.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR. I'm showing 37. How are you doing?
Yeah, counting me, it is 37.
Yep, that's what I did. Counted you and I counted me too. Okay, have a good one. Have a good dinner. KM6SR will be clear.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Rob. WA6LOL.
Yeah, good night, Dave.
There's Dave off the back of the antenna.
Well, okay. Now that I know I'm not doubling, the nice thing about listening to Mike's radio is I know if I'm doubling or not. Good night, all. K6USY, DMO6.
Good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR, 73.
Yeah, Mike threw it to me, and then Frank transmitted, and then I tried to get in there, and you transmitted. It's all good. K6USY, turning it off. Good night to all on YouTube.
Yeah, I was waiting for the guys to finish, so I didn't hear you. Over.
Well, you got loud. You just faded way up, Rob.
W6 BBS. Can you copy me, Rob?
Roger. Yeah, I was waiting to get back to Dave, too. Over.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just barefoot here. I just was going to ask Frank a question, but I'll get him in the morning. Thanks. 7-3, guys.
Okay, Mike. K6NYC, 7-3.